Hey, Sean Chandler here. Yesterday, two pieces of news in the world of 24 dropped. The first piece of news is that 24 Legacy has been canceled. The second piece of news they dropped is that they do have future plans for 24 in using that real-time storytelling technique, except perhaps using a more anthology-based plot device in the future. Now, each of these stories were reported in Variety, but they didn't really have any additional information beyond what I just said. Now, before I go into my thoughts and opinions on all of this, go ahead and tell me what you think about that down below. Both the idea that 24 Legacy was canceled, does that bother you? Or are you like, yeah, that I kind of expected that? And also this idea of future 24, possibly with an anthology-based episode structure. Tell me your thoughts in the comments section down below. Now, with all that said, let's kind of dig in deeper into my personal thoughts on this. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know I'm a huge 24 fan. Even early on my channel, I've done 24 reviews. I reviewed almost every single episode of 24 Legacy, did a reaction right after it aired. I ranked every episode of 24. I'll put a card up here so you can check that out. I love 24. I love the real-time story mechanism, the spy thriller action genre. I love all of that stuff. 24 Legacy did not work for me. I didn't think the new cast worked right. The new characters weren't compelling. But most importantly, the story they told wasn't fresh enough or different enough or same enough. It was like everything the wrong mix of new and different without new characters that I liked as much as the old characters. They all felt more like stock characters you would put on a show like this rather than real people that existed. And so it just did not work for me. And then likewise, and I said this during my reviews of the last few episodes that I was pretty sure was going to get canceled based purely on the numbers. If you looked at the first episode debuted out after the Super Bowl with like 17 million live air viewers. Now it's after the Super Bowl. So those always get huge numbers. That's why you put what show that you want to be a hit. You put it right after the Super Bowl and you get big numbers no matter what. This was the lowest numbers for a post Super Bowl show in like 15 years. So that's high starting point, but not great. Second episode cut in half. Third episode almost cut in half again. And so by the time you got to like the fourth episode, it's at like a quarter of where it started at, under 5 million live viewers. Now, a couple other factors play into that. We are, of course, in the year 2017, and not many people watch live television. The only reason I watched the episodes live is because I was doing these videos. Otherwise, I would watch it later on. I'd watch it on Hulu. I've never had a DVR, so I mean, Hulu would be the way I would do it. But people watch TV shows so many different ways. Very few people actually watch them unless you're really old school live right afterwards. So that could potentially not mean too much. And likewise, not all demographics of viewers are equal. And the people that tend to watch 24 tend to be better demographics for advertisers just because they tend to have more disposable income, that like adult males that watch 24 have money to spend and they spend their money. So they're very advertiser friendly. So there was potential it would get renewed, but I was saying in the last few episodes, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to get picked up because people didn't like it. It's not resonating with the core fans like myself. Therefore, it's probably not going to get renewed. Here we are. It didn't get renewed. I'm just not surprised. I'm not really disappointed. I guess in a certain sense, I always want there to be more 24. And so the fact that this is canceled, I go, oh, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, just not really. I mean, I just was so expecting it after how poorly it was received on all levels. Now, I'm doing these episodes in the comment section. There were some people that defended it, but even the people defending it weren't like rabid fans. They weren't like hardcore, I love this show. It was like they defended it. They think they liked it, but they didn't love it. This isn't the type of show that's going to get a backlash because it got canceled. That's just not going to I don't see that happening at all. This seems like one that people are kind of going to be like, yeah, they tried to bring it back and they tried to change things up, and it's not Corey Hawkins' fault. It's not the lead guy's fault or anything like that. It just didn't work. So that's my thoughts on that first piece of it. I'm just not surprised. The numbers didn't add up. It didn't connect with the fans. It didn't connect with critics. There was nothing really about it that seemed to work. And it just felt kind of stale. It felt like too little too late. So it's not really surprising that it didn't make it. And there were some, like Jimmy Smits really disappointed me. I really was expecting more from that character, and it just did not deliver really on any level. So me as the guy that should be upset about it, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I mean, that's That sounds about right. Now, the other side to this, that as they make this announcement, as they kind of put it out there, they also just added in, hey, we're thinking about continuing this on with maybe an anthology-based version of the storytelling technique. And I just hear that and I go, you're just trying to soften the blow. That doesn't sound like anything real, because they don't have a creative team. They don't have a plan. They don't have a pilot. They don't have a script. Or if they do, they didn't mention that. It's just kind of like they said, hey, it's canceled, but we still got some thoughts and plans. Now, if you've been following 24 for a while, whenever the original, or actually before the original series ended, they were talking about doing a 24 movie. After the show was off the air, they were talking about doing a 24 movie. They did that final season with Kiefer, and still talk of a 24 movie was going on for a while, and it sort of died down after that season. It wasn't nearly as strong because it seemed like they gave him his final farewell that was better than kind of where the original series kind of ended. But we finally get another series, and it doesn't do all that well. And so this idea that, like, they've always had talk of these other sorts of ideas, and even in and of itself, the idea that we'll do this real-time mechanism, except it'll be anthology-based, it just feels like they're grasping at straws. It feels like the idea of a real-time show will always be compelling. The idea of tying it to 24 as an anthology-based series, that sounds stupid to me. That does not sound enticing. It doesn't sound good. It just sounds like they're grasping at straws. They're trying to like keep us, give us some hope that it's coming back. They're doing a bunch of things just to like give something to make this not just seem like bad news, but there's nothing positive about it. It sounds like 24's dead. And if you bring it back with this anthology show where each episode's about a different person, that doesn't seem like 24 to me. That's not 24. And I'm not a Jack Bauer's 24 guy at all. Huge Jack Bauer fan. But the problem with 24 Legacy isn't that Jack wasn't there. It's that they didn't replace Jack and Chloe and David Palmer and all these, Bill Buchanan, Edgar Stiles. They didn't replace all these characters. Nia Myers. They didn't replace them with equally compelling characters that matched the first season, the fifth season. It just wasn't there. And so the season didn't work. And this idea of standalone anthology type things, it's such a weird thing to announce. With this announcement so early on, when they're not even really, it's like, yeah, we're kind of still working on something over here in the corner. It doesn't sound real to me. It sounds just like spin on a story, and really bad spin, not even enticing spin. And me as the 24 fan, I hear that and I go, that's not 24. That's a new show. Just call it something new. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but why would you call that 24? It's not. So that's my take on it. How about you? Tell me your thoughts down below. Do you see, is anyone like sad about this, or do you buy into this talk, nonsense, about this idea of an anthology-based 24 edition new spin-off show? Does that sound real to you? I mean, or does it just sound like they're trying to spin things and put a positive little note like, hey, no, but it's not all bad. Hey, we got more plans. It sounds like hooey to me. Tell me your thoughts down below. Also, if you're new to my channel, please check out a couple of these other videos. Like I said, I've talked about 24 before, reviewed all the episodes of this season, as well as doing a ranking of all the seasons. If you like 24, check that out. Tell me your ranking. I'd love to see that. And if you're new to my channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I do movie reviews, some TV reviews, like I did all of 24 because I love talking about it. I also do ranking videos. I put them out every weekend. In just a couple of days, I'll have one coming out ranking every single theatrically released Superman movie. That'll be a lot of fun, but also times I've ranked all the seasons of Arrow, ranked all the seasons of 24. Just like talking about stuff with you guys, because I don't want to just talk about movies and TV. I want to talk about movies and TV with you. Join me down in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching.